Sir's new business associate has a somewhat checkered past. To wit, not one, but at least two female objects of his affection are now deceased.
Give me the details.
Well, the most recent one, Oksana Valeria, evidently she and Karpov were engaged in a session of carnal pleasures on the balcony of a 10th floor hotel. The sexual acrobatics combined with copious amounts of alcohol allegedly led to her losing her balance and plunging to her death over the railing, where she was pushed. Well, there's another woman, there was another woman, Olga Cheshnikov. She, too, met with an untimely, violent death after an association with the Russian rogue of the underworld.
So he's never been arrested?
There's no evidence.
He's got money. Paid people off, Spinelli.
It is obvious that Comrade Karpov has no respect for women, and that's a character trait which Mr. Sir would certainly not approve. So perhaps if the not-so-retired one was enlightened, maybe he would avoid this disastrous alliance.
I want to know what product Karpov is shipping, okay? I want to know who he's working with in the States. I want to know how he pays his people. I need to shut this guy down before he gets a foothold in Port Charles.
Forgive the Jackal's contradiction, but if step one is to find out what's in the shipments, then perhaps the cyber world is not the place where we need to be. A harsher, more informative reality is called for.
What are you talking about?
Well, we need to leave the safe confines of our inner sanctum and converge on the lair of the Russian rogue himself. In other words, the grasshopper and the master must conduct a stakeout.
Stakeout's a waste of time.
Yeah, but we could hide under cover of darkness, bring snacks.
You know what? Quit it with the snacks, okay? I'm going to send somebody else to stake out the warehouse he's using, all right?
You know, Jackal P.I. is quite capable of field surveillance work. In fact, he relishes it.
Well, the Jackal P.I. needs to be right here because this is what you do. You're better than anybody.
Yeah, but that is what you trust me to do. I know that you doubt my physical prowess, but I've learned at the feet of the master, and I just wish to spring into action and...
I don't want to risk you getting hurt.
I wish to risk myself. I know you have reasons to doubt me, but
you know what? You can't walk in here anytime you feel like walking in
here. If I didn't, who would stick up for Spinelli? I hope you're not coming down on him for telling me about that Karpov stuff. I'm going to keep your stupid mob secrets for Spinelli. Don't worry, Spinelli. If I could keep my mouth shut about Lulu being a murderer, I could keep quiet about pretty much anything.
Now is not the best time to challenge Stone Cold.
Please, like Jason's ever in a good mood.
He needs to keep his mouth shut. He's putting you at risk.
Hey, I can keep a secret, okay? Considering all the stuff I've covered up, I mean, you can call me an expert.
The Jackal does not mind danger. In fact, he relishes the opportunity to dive right in. And
you need to stop jumping on the chair. You're going to hurt yourself.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Morgan, but Mr. Jax is out of town, and I thought this was important.
Was something happened with Carly?
She left the hotel with a guest. It says she was going for a drive.
What guest?
Andrei Karpov.
Okay.
You can activate the GPS in Karpov's car all the way from here?
That's child's play, really.
You really are a genius.
Well, since the esteemed Marty was astute enough to provide the license plate number of the...
Okay, I need you to focus right now and tell me where Karpov's taking Carly.
Give Spinelli a little credit.
I need you to be quiet or you're going to leave.
Karpov and the Valkyrie have reached their destination. The vehicle is no longer moving. Oddly enough, it's the warehouse I mentioned for surveillance.
Okay, I'm going to go get Carly.
I will provide backup!
No. I'm going by myself. But you did good. Okay? Thank you.
Jason's right, you did great. He would be lost without you.
Yeah, my cyber dominance is well established, but it's obvious it's the only thing that Stone Cold thinks I'm good for. In his eyes, I am a dust mite, unfit for the feats of daring do that I so wish to accomplish.
People jump to conclusions. They see a man with presence and power. They get jealous or intimidated, and they like to label you.
I appreciate your understanding. I imagine you had your own share of jealous attacks from others.
Well, we live in a society that like to watch the powerful fall. What is it that you deal in that makes this town so important?
I'm disappointed. I thought your questions would be more personal.
It's very personal. What we buy and sell, what we own, reflects our character, don't you think?
I believe you can tell about a person their body language.
Back off. Nice and slow.
Mr. Morgan, what brings you to my warehouse?
Yeah, one warning. Carly is off limits. You lay a hand on anyone under my protection again, and you're dead.
I don't want any trouble with you. And I remain charmed.
How did you do that
What's
for?
wrong with you? You said you wouldn't do anything about Karpov.
No, I did not. I said I wouldn't do anything as far as Sonny was concerned, and I knew I could get information that would
Two
help
of
you.
Karpov's girlfriends died violently, probably murdered by him, Carly.
He just wanted to take me for a drive. That's all he wanted.
That's not all he wanted.
Oh, okay, so he wanted to have sex with me. He wanted to lie in this room with jewels and furs and buy me some sports car, but I said no.
Okay, you should have never gone near the guy in the first place.
I had to go near Karpov so I could steal his PDA.
First of all, Jason didn't take anything from me. We made a deal, and I gave him the business.
And now you want to make sure that there will be no friction between your Mr. Morgan and my Mr. Karpov.
Karpov made me a nice offer, some critical concessions. He plays by the rules. We got no problem. Can you hold up? Hold on.
The shipment has to be
No, it's
delivered
not going to take long.
immediately.
Bring it over here, open this up. I just want to make sure this is what it's supposed to be. Can you come here for
I'm
a
sure
second?
it is.